Ants in Arthur's Pants is the first segment of the third episode of the seventh season, and I quite like this episode. There's nothing about it that I thought was particularly funny. It doesn't have the strongest moral or message, but it's quite interesting. Arthur and Buster decide to work on an ant farm project for extra credit, but because Arthur doesn't read the directions properly when he receives his ants in the post, he doesn't pour all of the ants into the ant farm, and only one ant makes it in. And I guess you could say there the message is make sure you read the instructions first. But he realizes that he wants to try and gather all of the ants up. His parents are going to call exterminators, but DW, obviously loving animals, says no, don't call the exterminators, you can't kill them. And they give Arthur a chance to find out how to get the ants to group together. And what happens is him experimenting, basically doing a science experiment to try and find out what ants eat to bring them together. And in doing so, he learns a lot about ants. And without realizing it, he pulls together a really fascinating science project. And whether or not he gets all the ants together, I'm not going to say. But he certainly learns a lot along the way. And I guess the message there is that you can look at projects from different angles. If something doesn't go your way, there are things that you can perhaps do to make it work to your advantage. There is something very unbelievable in this episode, though. And that's Buster's got half a mouldy sandwich in his windbreaker pocket. Buster wouldn't leave half a sandwich. That's definitely not realistic. But other than that, I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting. And I learned, well, did I learn anything about ants? I guess not. The facts were all pretty basic about the queen ant and things and what they do like to eat, and indeed what they don't like to eat. But certainly for young children it can be quite eye-opening, can maybe make them look at ants in different ways, and certainly can give them an opportunity to look at things that aren't working to their advantage with a new perspective. Definitely not a bad episode at all.